Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Joseph Vonner, and welcome to another episode of Inspiration News. Today, we have with us a very special guest. You all know him as Kevin Wheeler. We like to give him a nice warm welcome back to the show. He is the founder and CEO of COO Simplified, and he's here to talk to us about what's been going on in 2023 and what he has going on for the rest of the year. Kevin, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, Joseph. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
You know, Kevin, it's always a pleasure speaking to you. One of the reasons why I love interviewing you is you're always so positive. You always have an amazing smile on your face. No matter what happens, you keep a positive, driven attitude, and you're like a literal breath of fresh air. I love it.
Thank you. Very sweet of you. I figure, hey, we might as well be positive, right? There's already plenty of challenges out there, but with them is amazing opportunities.
And that speaks to your character, but I think it also speaks to your profession as well. And I think that's a nice lead into my next question. Now, we know that you are in consulting and that you help a lot of businesses, kind of go from point A to point B, especially now considering we've seen so much negatively impacting businesses today. So can you tell us a little bit, Kevin, about how you got started with consulting and why you do it?
Yeah, absolutely. So really, probably with many consultants, the passion is to be able to share knowledge, and to collaborate and help people that want to achieve their vision, but they've just hit some hiccups. Maybe they just don't have the knowledge. Maybe they had a well-rounded group around them, and they've lost some personnel. So there's a lot of different situations. A lot of the people I get are growth minded, whether it's organically, whether it's growing by locations. Primarily, as you guys know, my experience has been in the dental field, at least in the consulting world. Been in it for 20 years, but it has branched off into many different things because many different businesses need a level of help from kind of a C-suite leader that can get them towards their vision. So working very well with many different organizations over the years, I found a real desire on my end to share my expertise with these people that could utilize it to grow. And that was why I jumped into the consulting field. Although I like to say more that it is business advisement, with getting my hands dirty, because I'll get right in there with the leaders of the team. I'll be in their network, I'll be in their offices, I'll be in their businesses, whatever they need. And a consultant quite often will not be able to do that. They'll give really good sound advice, but remotely and a little less engaged. And so I like to separate myself in that way.
That's pretty awesome. I did not know that you took it to that level and to that extreme. And I think that is brilliant because honestly, you can only do so much virtually and not in person. And to be able to get your hands, dirty a little bit, you know what I mean? For the lack of a better term, and to really work with these businesses to help them build from the ground up or even rebuild. It's absolutely brilliant. I love that.
Thank you. As you can see, I'm actually in my vehicle right now. Just left a client's office. So it's kind of my rolling van, which is actually a project that I'm helping another client with. So we really kind of collaborate by me just making sure that even with my clients, we're sharing best practices and ideas and kind of cross training each other.
Which makes sense. Again, that makes a lot of sense. And I don't think that I hear too many business consultants. And I mean, what do you call yourself? Because you do more than consulting. So how do you term it?
Yeah, I guess I would say advisor is kind of what we've come down to. You know, uh, a fractional C-suite leader is really what I do. But I am open to helping in any capacity. And some people just need, hey, can I jump on a call with you once a week? And some people are like, I need you here. As we're building the visions moving forward, a lot of times we need to involve all of the team leaders throughout that process. And what a lot of consultants aren't able to do is spend that extra time in the field doing that. Some do very well, but that's something that, I have found really makes a difference.
Absolutely, and that makes sense as well, and it does make a difference. And I guess my next question to you, Kevin, is how much more impactful has your approach been, and how are your clients benefiting from that?
I think a big opportunity I've had has been able to go in and identify what their challenge is, both really digging into possibly a challenge they don't see, while addressing the challenges they do see. I want to make sure it's a well-rounded approach so they can feel like all their needs are being met, and allowing that to pour into other things that I know a business, that helps a business be successful. And that is, the benefit of marketing through outreach, through community engagements. And so I take any of the businesses I work with and ramp them up being more available to their communities and thinking outside of the box of how are we going to be different from any of the other locations, any other businesses, what's going to separate ourselves. And so I spend a lot of time identifying that with the leaders and then accelerating that and amplifying that by getting the entire community around them involved.
Brilliant. I love that because I think when you see business leaders in the community giving back, it speaks to their character, but also allows the community to see that these individuals are more trustworthy. And obviously, as a community member, you'd be more inclined to do business with them. So that approach, to really help them engage overall and to show them how to do that is so very important, especially now, with competition becoming extremely more fierce in 2023.
Yeah. Well, the visions that the leaders have are always an amazing mission, an amazing statement. They have the great vision to move their organization forward. What happens is when they go through the first initial challenges, or they just get into a stagnant state, they drop what that vision and what that mission statement was. And the organization loses sight of what that is. And so it's just kind of a domino effect. And all of a sudden, we're having retention issues and we're having customer issues. And we're like, wait, what is it? What is the fix? And so what I want to do is embrace back to the vision, back to the mission that they were so passionate about when they started it, and then help them nurture what does that mean to keep that long term, keep that moving.
Wonderful. That is so wonderful. And I think what an awesome opportunity of rediscovery for these business owners to kind of go back to those basics and to remember their why and help them to kind of push beyond those those formative obstacles to reach greater success. And you're such the person to do that too, Kevin, because you've been in your field for many years, and you've always found a way, even through your whole life course, to find good in people, but also to help others, through your own personal experiences. And so, to see that you are so successful, as an advisor makes sense. And it's any client that's working with you is lucky to have you, and that is a guarantee. So I guess my next question would be, Kevin, is how would one go about reaching out to you to work with you to get some advising and to bring you on the team to support?
Yeah, I mean, my website is really probably, the best place to do that. And that's Simplified COO. So that's .com. So that's very easy to find me. On there, you'll find my email. you'll find my phone number. And so it'll be easy to connect with me there. LinkedIn is actually a blessing, really. It's become quite a way to connect with me. A lot of my clients and just I'll call them friends out there looking for support reach me through LinkedIn.
And for all of you wondering how you can access his LinkedIn information or his website, just take a look at the description of this show, whether you're watching this on television or listening to it on the radio or wherever you're watching or hearing this. His links will be right there in the description. A link to his LinkedIn. Say that 5 times fast, as well as to his website, and you guys will be able to reach out to Kevin and also keep up to breast with everything he has going on. He has some great content that he's putting out there on social media as well. So, just overall a wonderful guy and a great guy to work with for sure. Kevin, my
Thank you,
next
Joseph.
question.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. So my next question is this: how would a business owner who has ran into maybe an obstacle, a wall. He just can't seem to get past it. And he's like, you know what? I may not have the capital for an advisor. I may not be able to invest money in even a consultant, but I feel like I've reached a wall and I just kind of need some help pushing over that hill. What are 3 tips you would give maybe a business owner or small business owner who's at that stage and just kind of wants to kind of push to that next level?
Yeah. Great question. Thank you. First of all, back to the basics. Back to the basics. So go drill back down to, again, where you first started when things were going well, or when you have seen other people be successful. Get right down to those basics of executing the blocking and tackling of the business. That's one. Two is re-engage your people. Um, there's a lot of brilliant ideas out there. A lot of times your team members will have the answers to the questions that you're not even aware of because you're looking elsewhere for those. So hold some meetings, maybe some town hall meetings with your group. Maybe it's just brainstorming around a round table. Get them engaged. And then third, trust yourself. Trust yourself to execute. If you really take a moment and think, where did anything turn a certain direction? Or when did I get into this spot where I'm like, what is the next step? Trust yourself to take a chance. Trust yourself to think outside the box. Go completely in a direction that you wouldn't think that can still travel back around to your business. I as Joseph knows, I do a lot of work in having businesses connect with outreach programs. And sometimes just something like that, be a leader in a blood donation, start a toy drive for a children's hospital, do something outside the character of the business, and you will see something that you weren't even expecting. It'll just be like a flower that opens up and blossoms. And it's a great opportunity to kind of revive yourself and your business.
What wonderful advice. Thank you so much, Kevin, for that. And I think a lot of my listeners out there and a lot of our viewers out there appreciate you taking the time to do this interview, but also giving them some tips that they can use. Again, you guys, this is Kevin Willer. He is the CEO and founder of Simplified COO. He is not only a consultant, he is an advisor, somebody to work with, but somebody who cares about your business and will help you get to that next level in 2023. You guys can find all of his links in the description of this show where you are listening to or where you are watching this episode. Kevin, thank you again for joining us today. It is always a pleasure having you. You know, you are always welcome on my show. You know that, right?
Thank you, Joseph. It's an honor to be on your show. And thank you to everyone for taking a moment to listen. And please let me know how I can help you. I'm here to support everybody that I can.
And with that note, we are going to end this epic, amazing interview. You guys, this is Inspiration News. I am your host, Joseph Bonner. But before we let you go, I do want you to wait one moment, just 1 second, and listen to a word from our partners.
Love is the truth, boy, we gon' make it. And you see these haters can't take it. Remember all the love I poured, how you say that